Hi, wir haben jetzt eine Studentin von der 42 Wolfsburg hier, die Marianna. Und wir wollen einfach mal hören, was sie von der 42 Wolfsburg hält, wie es hier ist, als Studentin den Tag zu verbringen. Und
das Ganze machen wir auch in Englisch, weil Marianna kommt nicht aus Deutschland. Deswegen machen wir es einmal in Englisch.
Ist ja auch die Sprache der Programmierung.
Genau. Und switchen deshalb einmal kurz zum Englischen rüber. Hello, Marianna.
Hi.
Nice to meet you here.
Nice to meet you too.
Would you like to introduce yourself a bit?
Hello everybody, hello Hanno. I am Marianna, I'm a student here at 42 Wolfsburg. I started my studies around a year ago and I'm very close to finishing the core. And in my free time here in the school, sometimes I do some wolfpacking, like helping new students and new pisciners to integrate and to feel the vibe of the school.
It's a cool word, piscinas.
Piscinas, yeah.
So some kind of starters, right? So the
newcomers?
The newcomers?
So to get into the school, you have to go through piscine. Piscine is a French word for the pool, because you're going into cold waters and you don't know what to do. You're absolutely in a new environment, and yeah, this procedure, this test is a monthly experience. Yeah. Where you start coding with different people, start learning new things, and yeah, it's called piscine, and we call them pisciners.
That's cool. A cool word. You said something about the core. What is the core?
So the core is the program that contains specific projects that you have to finish and some exams that you have to pass. And so it's basically like a studying program, and by finishing it, you're finishing the school.
So it's like a whole study, the core.
So there are two things. You can start with the core. Core is the program that contains the most basic language, C, and the most basic...
C.
Of course, we're coding C.
But it's just C or also C++?
So, first part of the core curriculum is in C, and like there are many concepts about the shell. So we're learning shell really detailed. There's even a project mini shell where we have to write our own bash. That's the coolest one. Like if you went through mini shell, you know life now.
Yeah, we already heard someone called it mini hell.
Oh, it is. You love it and hate it. People die and get reborn. They rise like a phoenix after it.
Become stronger then.
Of course. Awesome. Yeah, so first part is in C, and then when C program is finished, there are C++ modules, so we learn C++, but only the basic 98 standard C++, and we do one project, like one big complicated project in C++. And the last project is Transcendence, so it's a lot about everything and web development. So there is like JavaScript, Python. I think you can choose the language and some frameworks. Not sure about that because there are some debates if frameworks can be used or it has to be like plain vanilla JavaScript.
We heard about that you have a possibility to dive into a lot of topics inside of the IT world, right? So it's not like you need to do this or that. It's more like you can do something with AI, with web and app development, with gaming development and so on.
So the whole concept is that I said about the core. So core is the basic knowledge, very, very... so we have to dive really deep into understanding how computer work, how compiler works. And then when the core is finished, some people choose to go and find some job already because they feel that they are prepared and they're ready. And for those who want, there is after core, there is advanced curriculum, and there are many different directions where one can go. So there is AI, there is system administration, cybersecurity, almost all like popular areas of programming, and there people can study for up to 5 years, and there is no more fixed time for that. So even while working, you can still learn new concepts. It's really good. Actually, here in Wolfsburg, there will be a new program that Wolfsburg is preparing for the whole network.
Cool.
And that's about automotive things.
Yeah, it makes sense in this region.
Of course, in Autostadt.
Can I ask you, what was your way into the 42 Wolfsburg?
Oh, it was actually really interesting story. So back in my home country, I've been working as a procurement manager, and it was much fun. But then, for some reasons, I needed to leave my country.
Okay.
And here when I arrived to Germany, German language is hard, and I'm still learning. So I was thinking if there is anything that I can learn that can help me to find a good job easier with English. And I was like, okay, there's IT. Everybody speaks English in IT. And then I started to learn myself. I was doing some web development and even working a bit with web development. But then I was like, understanding that there is so much that I don't know, and I would really like to dive deep into it. And I just found 42 Wolfsburg on Instagram, and I was like, wow. Actually, first I applied to Berlin, but Berlin, I didn't find a place to stay.
Berlin is hard,
So
daily struggle there.
I was very sad, and then they told me that also there is Wolfsburg, and actually now I'm really happy that I'm in Wolfsburg, because I think in Berlin I would be much more distracted, because Berlin is very intense.
Yes, sure.
My friends live there and live and study there, and it's very intense. But here, Wolfsburg is very cozy, very cute and small, and I have all of the time in the world to focus on my studies.
This is good.
Yeah, it's not bad. When you started here at Wolfsburg, at the school, what was your first impression when you entered this building?
I mean, I'm getting very excited about things. So when I applied for the piscine, I needed to wait for, I think, a month or two, because there are some fixed dates where a person can join the piscine. And during that time, I was reading and watching everything about 42. So I watched all of the videos on YouTube, on Instagram. I read all of the articles. I went to Reddit. I was reading what people say about 42 Network. So I had some expectations.
Yeah.
And when I read here, I really liked it. First of all, the environment, the atmosphere of the piscine, it's a crazy experience. And I think it's even better than the core. So when you get accepted and you start the curriculum, it's a bit more chill, everybody's relaxed, there is no pressure. Yeah. But piscine is it's an unforgettable experience. I know it sounds cliche, but it is. And
it's cool.
I'm joining now piscines that are happening in school as a wolf pack, so as a person who is a student and can help with something. And I joined it for this energy that I get from the piscines, because this is something crazy. People from many different countries, cultures, and mindsets, they all gathered together in one big hall, one big room. And some of them are really cool experienced programmers that, you say, what are you doing here? You're so cool. You can code in Java crazy fast. And some of them are how can I turn the PC on? And this is so cool. And then they all communicate with each other. And what I like is that there are so many people that really like to go and investigate everything, and then have this intense discussions and maybe some arguments no, you're wrong, no, you're right. And then because of those things, you find the right answer together, or many different answers. And I think I was forgetting to eat and sleep.
Don't do this.
Because I was so excited. So now when I talk to the new pisciners, first thing first, I say, you have to eat. I know it's exciting, but don't forget, food is important.
Food is important.
Yeah.
That's the key point.
So what you said, so it's a much discussion between and learning between the students, right? So it's a little bit different between the normal studies what we did.
Yeah. So different.
What is this learning style here? How are you learning here? What is the key point? What is the different?
So it's called peer-to-peer learning, and I think each person understands it on its own, but there is some concept that exists. And the whole point is that we have some task that we have to achieve, like some goal that we have to achieve, and then like if we think about the core curriculum or even with the PC, like we open the subject and it says you have to do this and this and this. This has to be the result. First of all, it's translated from French, so it's already not clear what was meant in the beginning, because some of the subjects are so tricky and there are like debates on our 42 network Stack Overflow with like, I don't know, 10 pages of people trying to understand, like, no, you have to do it here. No, it's actually not said by the subject. So you have to discuss a lot, even starting with the task. And then you look at the subject and you're like, what is this? I have no idea how to do it. I never heard about it in my life. And then you can go to people who already finished the project. You can go to people who are also working this project and say like, bro, what do you think? What it is? Like, what should we do? And they're like, I don't know too. Let's go ask everybody. And like some things you can just Google, some things you have to discuss, some things you can understand yourself. I have a friend, like one of my best friends. For the first, I think, 5 months, he was denying any tips from internet, from like, I don't know, GitHub repositories. He was like, I'm gonna do everything by myself. I'm not gonna use Stack Overflow. I can do it myself.
Everyone is using Stack Overflow.
Yeah, but he was like, I don't want to see people's solutions. So he was reinventing the bicycle. And
How long he did it?
like around 5 months, I guess.
Oh, that's a long time.
Then he reached multi-threading and he was like, Marianna, I looked up your code. It was really good logic, but it's very ugly. That was a compliment, I guess. Yeah, so we don't have anybody from the staff or the person who got a lot of experience and is a professor who will come to you and say, no, this is wrong. This is how you have to do it. And I think this is beautiful, actually. I was studying in the university, and I feel how better is this system, because here you are more responsible and you're like, if I'm not gonna go deeper, if I'm not gonna study everything, if I'm not gonna go and read other resources, then I'm not gonna learn it, then I'm not gonna have the skill, then why am I here? Yeah. And this thought is very, very important, and it helps you to really get more passionate about what you're learning, because with the regular university you're like, okay, I have to do this and this and this. Oh, I want to show my guys and everything, and I have the specific time when I have to do it, so like I have to force myself sometimes. But here, if you want to chill with the friends, you can just go and chill, because you don't have any I mean, you have some deadlines, but it's really hard to get to them. So you can be super relaxed, enjoy your life, and at the same time study and get the knowledge in the volume that you want.
That sounds really cool. That's cool. So what I ask myself about the 42 is, so as I started studying, I had the feeling that I'm really lonely because I don't know someone. How is it here? So because you said the students talk to each other, learn with each other, how easy is it to connect to each other? So is this easy, or is it more like really difficult, or how's it working?
I think it really depends on the person, and this is why Piscine exists, because during the Piscine, it's not that the school is testing people if they can proceed with the coding skills. No, it's a process for both sides. So the school sees if the person is good for the community, and the person is looking like, can I is it good for me? Do I like this style? And do I feel good here? And I think most of the people on the piscine, they just they either have a personality already or they learn how to do it during the piscine. Because I mean, maybe I'm not the right person to say it, because I'm super communicative and I didn't have any problems. So if like before I met some friends, I was just going to random people and like, oh, hi, did you finish this exercise? What did you do? Oh, okay, this thing. Oh, okay. Do you want to go to get beer?
Cool. Someone who isn't that communicative like you,
I can pick them up.
you are there.
That's the whole point of extroverts and introverts. Like,
That's really cool.
yeah, but I think most of the people didn't have any problems. We have some chit chats where we discuss, and I think it's really rare when you get into this community, into this energy. I think people see that everybody around is doing it, and when you see the example, you're like, okay, if they can do it, then maybe it's not that hard. Because if you're the one to ask and everybody's just sitting grumpy, then I think it's hard. But because the community is really live, I don't know, it's okay.
So during the piscine, 4 weeks, you said?
Yeah,
You grow together like a family, like a team, right?
I think so.
That's awesome.
Each piscine is unique, and they always will say, oh, my piscine was the best.
No, mine was the best.
Of course. I mean, mine was the best.
Cool. So, when you can give one advice to people who want to join a piscine or join the school, what would be this advice?
I think the most important thing that person who wants to get accepted in the school and join the community is to be yourself, absolutely, and don't compare yourself to others, and especially in the beginning, compare yourself only to yourself. I know both things sounds like so cliche, but it is.
But in the end, it's a good advice.
It's so meaningful.
Yeah, because you can't fake your behavior just to get into school. It's not gonna work. But those who just believe in themselves and just be themselves, I think those people are great, and they all get in and they all enjoy the core. Yes.
So it's not about the coding skills.
Oh, I don't think so. I mean, we don't know. We still don't know the accepting criteria because they are kept in a big French secret. But I think we kind of understand and have some idea. And from what I've seen, because I've been doing the wolf pack for many PCs, what I see is that it's just when somebody is just being themselves and like try hard and do what they can, it's already enough.
Cool. So in the end, you would say IT, software, coding, programming is a good choice, or was a good choice?
Yeah, to be honest, I really like what I'm doing now, and I'm in love with the community. I met some really great friends. My VG is so cool, and they are also 42 students.
Ah, awesome.
So like one I met on the piscine, and everyone was students already. And I'm so happy that I decided to join 42, and I was surprised that I actually can code and actually pretty well. So I was like, wow, I like it. Because before I was like, oh, there are like those guys, they sit in Starbucks with the computer and then they have this like cool, colorful code on their computer. Might be nice, but maybe I'm too like, I'm good in languages maybe, not these things. Yeah, but...
Well, it's cool. You need to do this to know that it's the right thing.
Yeah, and this is why it's so cool that you can try the piscine.
Of course.
Because many people who like they can finish the piscine and then they're like, this was cool, but not for me. Like I don't like coding. This is not my thing.
No.
But community good.
And Maybe one last question, because maybe someone is interested in this. Do you need to pay something for this?
No, this is absolutely tuition free. So school is everything's provided. There is a computer. So the a lot of computers. Good old Macs with Linux on them. Yeah, the only thing you can bring here is yourself. So I think the only expenses that we need is like organizing the place to stay, like life expenses, and that's it. But the school is absolutely free.
So I have one last question. We heard about houses here, like in Harry Potter. So which house are you?
Oh. There is a thing. I'm not so happy about it. So you can see I have a dark mark. I'm a true Slytherin.
Oh.
I know that I act like I'm Hufflepuff, but it's not true. I checked on Pottermore many times. Yeah, so here I'm in Quokka. We have Quokka, Fennec Fox and Slow Loris. We only have 3 houses as coalitions. I actually wanted to ask Guillaume today if it's a random selection or not. Because I have some feelings that it's not. And people say that Phoenix Fox is Slytherin, and Slow Lori is Ravenclaw, and Quokka is Hufflepuff. But
no, there are no Gryffindors.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Okay. I really hope I'm not Hufflepuff. Hufflepuffs are good.
Yeah. We can ask afterwards if you can change. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for
the insights.
Being here, giving us this interview. It was really fun. So, hope we see us again.
Yes, wish you all the
Come
best.
to 42.